So, you don't want to be a discount brand, and you think that, like keeping your prices firm makes you look more premium, but let me tell you something. Every multi-8 and 9-figure brand that I'm working with right now, and have worked with in the past, all have offers running 24/7, and it never kills their brand. In fact, it actually scales it exponentially. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how 8 and 9-figure ecom brands are using Evergreen offers to just absolutely print money. And if you're still worried about looking cheap, I'm going to show you guys how to position your offers so that it doesn't actually degrade brand values or identity, and help you guys unlock exponential scale. Let's get into it. One of the biggest rules of advertising in ecom is essentially being able to overcome the mental objection of why someone needs to purchase from the brand today as opposed to sometime in the future, right? Because let's be honest, 90% of you guys watching this, you're not selling a product that people are absolutely dying to have in the sense that they need it now, or they're gonna experience some sort of mental or physical harm. Because at the end of the day, it's not like a essential product, right? You guys are selling suitcases, skincare, fashion, cosmetics, supplements. These are all kind of life's nice to have. And you'll realize that as you delve deeper and deeper into UGC ad structures, understanding how to create funnels like advertorial funnels, you'll realize that one of the biggest components is to be able to actually create that sense of urgency from your top of funnel traffic. For example, if you're selling suitcases, right? And someone is taking a trip 2 months from now, why do they need to buy it today as opposed to push it off for like another month and a half? Why have the money leave their account today, right? But the thing is, you might be thinking as a business owner, well, okay, I don't mind them waiting a month and a half if it means they're gonna buy from me anyways, right? Because that's when the need arises. However, what tends to happen is when the need is great enough, and people need the thing today, they tend to just go out to retail shops and just buy it in person or order off of Amazon to make sure it can arrive on time. Which is why, by not understanding that you need to provide people a really good reason why to buy today, it's actually preventing you from tapping into a huge segment of the market that actually need your product. And that is actually one of the biggest reasons why that majority of the biggest brands out there that are D2C natives, that are highly profitable, are always running discounts 24/7. They don't always have the same offers, but I can tell you verbatim, the ones that scale the most aggressively have the most attractive one. For example, let's say you're selling skincare for acne prone people. You might be thinking, like my product is needed by people right now because, like they're trying to solve a big pain, a big insecurity for themselves today. However, what's preventing them from going into a competition and just like browsing their stores, checking out their products? You'll probably eventually lose the sale, right? Because you have a ton of competitors as well as platforms like Amazon trying to take your customer. They might even land on your site and actually really resonate with the ingredients that you guys are using, as well as the overall branding. They kind of trust it through the social proof. However, budget is getting tight for them, right? And there's no reason and no incentive to push them to buy today. However, on the flip side, if you had evergreen offers running, let's say they saw free shipping on any order for the next 24 hours on the header bar of your website, or maybe they see exclusive bundle saving just today with a 24-hour countdown, or even like spend $50 for a free welcome kit. Welcome kits are limited to 1,000 pieces, so order now. All of a sudden, they actually have a reason to swipe their card or use Shop Pay or use Apple Pay or PayPal you directly to make the transaction today. You can imagine how by just adding this element of urgency, it's gonna drastically increase your conversion rate. Now, this is where a big limiting belief of founders, particularly on the branded side, arises in that they ask themselves, wouldn't that make my brand look cheap? But guess what? Customers don't really see it like that, because you have to understand, as business owners, we think about the world just through a very, very different lens. Like when people are running ads for their own brand, they kind of have this like halo effect around their Shopify store, in the sense that they think that customers are going to memorize every single ad that they're being served, and everything just feels like a massive deal to you. But that's only because you spent like $500 plus 6 hours of your day trying to architect this like customer journey, let's say, right? When in reality, if I flipped you onto the consumer side, do you really remember like what offer people were running on their own brands that you clicked onto through an ad 2 weeks ago? Not really. And even the largest companies in the world run offers all year round. Apple has their trade-in deals all year round. They sometimes give you Apple Care free. Nike runs members-only discounts. And even luxury brands, you know? Like Louis Vuitton never does discounts, but what do they do instead to create that urgency? They create limited drops, exclusive edition products. Either ways, that urgency is created and they use it to give people a reason to buy today. The key is actually how you structure the offer. For example, if you're running 20% site-wide off indefinitely, then yeah, people are gonna see it as a gimmick. However, if you cycle through a couple evergreen offers every 1 to 3 weeks or so, what does it become? It becomes marketing. And I can tell you literally, like one of our 9-figure brands, they basically cycled the same 2 offers for the first 5 years of their existence before pivoting into a third offer. And they just cycled those 2 every single week, and they do about 100 million a year. Our other client, they pretty much run the same funnel, same evergreen offers all year round, and they're consistently tracking a $10 million month. And we have a bunch of clients under our management that does anywhere from $1 to $3 million a month. That again cycles through pretty much the same offers all year round once they determine a winner. So here are the top 5 variations in terms of evergreen discounts that you can use to scale your brand and how you can implement it into your business 24/7 without looking cheap. So the first one being spend X, get Y. This as an offer works quite well for things like supplement brands, cosmetics, basically anything that's consumable, because the get Y part is effectively going to be the equivalent of a welcome kit or free product. Something that basically complements the main thing that you guys are selling. Why? Because when you give people a free product or a welcome kit, it actually sets the tone for retention. So this as an offer works very, very well for increasing average order value. The second type of offer is buy 2, save X percentage, or buy X, save Y. Essentially, it makes the customer feel like they're getting the value of the products, but you're not actually discounting individual products anymore. You're essentially asking people to upgrade their order to save, right? So this is essentially another take on the spend X, get Y type of offers. And these two work extremely well to increase average order values, but also set the tone for retention, as well as protecting brand values. Now, the key here is though, you have to apply urgency using things like countdown timers, next 24, 48 hours only, expires Friday, because you need to create the sense that this offer will not last. There's also things like evergreen site-wide discounts. So for example, as of recording today, it's close to St. Patrick's Day, right? So a lot of our clients are running St. Patrick's Day sales site-wide for anywhere from like 20 to 50% off. Now, you might be thinking, oh my God, I can't afford to discount by 50%, right? Sure, no problem, totally get that. But basically, when you actually create your product, you need to factor discounts in if you want to be in the D2C game, particularly with consumer spending now tightening, right? People want a good deal. So if you wanted to initially price your product at, let's say $100, set the price at $200 and discount downwards. Now, the key here is to not take the piss with this. Meaning that if all of your competitors are selling for $80, you don't want to set your price point at $200 and discount it to a $100 or even $80, because then it feels like it's nonsensical, right? Instead, what you want to do is, if your competitors are selling at $100, you want to set your price at $160 and discount to $80, because then it raises the perceived value within a realm of believability for the end consumer. Plus, when they actually compare your price, they're still getting a somewhat of a good deal. But in reality, you're only giving away a 20% discount. You see what I mean? So that's essentially how you use limited time discounts, offers, promotions, or bonuses. It's essentially just branding your offer around a specific holiday event or sales event. The fourth type of evergreen offer is one that you can run on pop-ups, which essentially just targets people who have placed orders 0 times across all time. And it's essentially giving them a really, really attractive offer to become a first-time buyer, whether it be in the form of a 10% discount, 20% discount, buy one, get one free. It could literally be whatever you want. And lastly, if you're a luxury brand or selling at ultra luxury price points, what you could do instead is have members-only exclusives or discounts, meaning the consumer needs to perform a certain action first before they get access to all of the deals as well as all of the offers. Now, I don't recommend this last one unless you're selling at ultra luxury price points, but also you need to have some sort of brand equity established with your audience before you can actually run this. So for example, the reason why Louis Vuitton, Prada, Rolex, Patek, all of these like high-end luxury goods retailers are able to create limited edition drops and limited piece collections is because they have that brand equity built with their customer and the demand is there for the product inherently, right? Which is why many D2C brands, when they try to replicate this strategy of like limited edition drops, they often overestimate how much their consumer actually cares about their brand. And as a result, you guys never sell out. Now that you know the 5 most common evergreen offer archetypes that you can be running, let me talk about the key to evergreen offers, and that is how you're actually rotating the offers from time to time. So that way, your customers are not just waiting for the next discount rotation. You see what I mean? So effectively what you need to do is you need to take, let's say, 4 offers and then split test them through cold traffic, seeing which ones perform the best, and you want to take the top 2. And essentially, a good strategy for this is running the top performing one for the first 2 weeks of the month or the second half of the month, and then the second best performing one for the other half of the month that you're not running the primary discount. If you do this, you're not only going to unlock top of funnel profitability, but also you'll be surprised at how long you could just do this for and how far you can actually scale. With these 2 offers, you could literally scale to millions and millions of dollars a month without being capped. I've literally seen it firsthand dozens of times, not only with my clients, but also from my friends, people I come across, or just like brands that I study in general. Doing it this way also helps to spice up the email marketing aspect because we're able to push different offers periodically to the list to essentially maximize conversion. Now, obviously, as you guys scale, if you were to hit a plateau over time, you want to be testing new offers, right? So instead of starting with 4 offers, you might consider starting with 5, 6, 7, or even 8, and then isolating down to the top 3 or 4, and then cycling that way. If you don't actually believe me, what you could do is literally Google top 100 Shopify Plus brands, open up all of their websites, and then see what percentage of them actually run discounts. I promise you, you're gonna see a very, very large proportion of them have rotational evergreen offers, and the ones that don't actually have them either has a very, very, very mainstream celebrity backing it, or have immense social proof or retail presence. That is basically the only way they're able to scale in D2C. All right, so now that you know how to scale your brand with evergreen offers without looking cheap, if you're a brand doing over $50,000 a month or more, you should book in a call with us if you want some ideas around what are the types of offers that we see working the best for your specific brand archetype, as well as get an audit of your retention marketing systems, being your email and SMS marketing, and how to actually communicate these offers to your mailing list. Looking forward to speaking to you soon, and as always, I hope this helped.